cool bikes behind. Alright, the rows are starting to filter out. Say we're now about 4 rows back that are from the one that's heading out, so that's awesome. Start her up, get a little warm, ready to go. Got some brap going on over there with the Harleys. Our rows kind of more back here. We're not in very straight rows here. People getting anxious. The back rows get a little antsy. Been sitting here for a while now. It's supposed to be kickstands up at 8:30. It's now 8:52. And those of us in the back of the pack are still chilling. So I don't know if they're zippering this or what, or if they're starting from the other side. It's going to be go time here in a second. Ducati started up again. This bike is pretty loud. Beautiful bikes though. I have to admit I'm a little bit anxious and nervous riding in a group this big. I don't often ride in groups, period, but even then no more than 2 or 3 normally. This of course is a whole other scale of group. Clearly see there's some inexperienced riders in the mix here as well. Girl just almost stalled over there. That row. That row. So looks like we'll actually be going out probably pretty early. Oh, this SV Yoshi exhaust. Don't even tell my bike's running in comparison. I think some people are so anxious they're going to try and jump the line here. No, guy broke down. That sucks. That really sucks. We're almost go time. And we're off. We're rolling. Get CBR 500R in front of me here. Of course, Harley doing Harley things. We got some guys doing social media. They want some brap, but I ain't got no brap. Got Dan to my right. Matt should be in queue behind me. All these volunteers. People show up to see this. It's good shit. We'll see what kind of speeds we're able to do here. Got the police ready to go behind us. very difficult. But, you know, people be people. Stand beside me. Oh, we got some breakdowns. That sucks. Happens though. I mean, on any ride, you have something that goes wrong. Equal events, it's always something. Got some guys there. Yeah, more breakdowns. They should just award things that for how many. Oh, I was going to say for how many Harleys now, but it's victory. We're definitely going to slow down through these roundabouts. Again, all the cruisers are going to be scraping pegged trying to get through here. We're at beautiful Rockcliffe Park. One of my absolute favorite places to ride in the city. Try and crack my shield a little. So coming up, there are two roundabouts, a big one and then a small one, which is directly in front of the Prime Minister's residence, the Prime Minister of Canada. As my colleague Victor likes to call him, Prime Minister Justin Bieber. To get there, we have to first wind through some of these roads. I guarantee this is slowing down because of the roundabouts, but this parkway, you know, is just an absolutely unbelievable, gorgeous part of Ottawa. It's you can't see it from here, but just to my right is Rockcliffe Park, and in there, there's a ton of nice places to go for picnics. It's just cliffs along the river. Great place to watch sunsets from. You know, and it's a good ride to ride through downtown to get here. As long as it's not too busy. So this is the big roundabout. I don't know if they're waiting or what. So that's the first big roundabout. Normally you can come through that at a pretty good pace. Not today. The small roundabout, that's definitely going to be the traffic jam. Like I say, it's directly in front of the Prime Minister's residence, and it's a tiny little, well, out with that just Park, so Park Road, and come out. Canada. On the right-hand side is the house for the Prime Minister's residence. These are security. There's a lot of embassies along here. Having people along here, right? Coming out to support. Just awesome. Volunteers, cops, working side by side, Officers United, fight for the cause. That's what this one's all about. So beautiful parks here to the right-hand side along the river. Little falls right here. inside here, this castle building. This is museum there. Coins are made there. But it's the mint. It's the mint. It's where we mint our play money. Right-hand side here. Lots of cool stuff down here. Immediately straight ahead of us, you see like kind of glass, kind of pyramid-y, domey kind of thing. That is the American embassy. Here's the embassy of Kuwait. This is the National Gallery of Canada, the art gallery. Some absolutely fantastic art in there. As you can see, they have a special event on right now for some artists I've probably never heard of, because I don't know art. Beautiful church, the basilica. You got the spider, famous for the spider, and now coming into view, you get Parliament Hill. Coming down Sussex Drive here, again passing the Embassy Park that overlooks the set of walking. Beautiful building. Left is is going to be temporarily buildings crossing Rideau Street. Attention here, shop glass front. The National Art Center there. All kinds of good stuff happening there. There. Of course, I don't my shield. International left here. There's here. Got people on boats waving to us in the canal, chilling on their boats. So one of the cool things about Ottawa with the canal is you get boats coming up from Kingston, from the Seaway, all the way up the canal, through a series of rivers and canals to get here. You can go into the Ottawa River, which can take you a number of places as well. It's cool. The Rideau Canal is a World Heritage site. It's also obviously a National Heritage site, historic site. In the winter, it of course freezes, and us idiot Canadians skate on it. It's nearly 10 kilometers end to end when you skate the whole thing. Some people commute to work skating it in the winter, which is pretty cool. But as you can see, it's just lined by beautiful parkway. It's 9 in the morning on a Saturday, so there's not a ton of people out here. But any other given day, it would be absolutely jammed with people. Jogging, walking, dogs, just hanging out. On the left, we have a bunch of buildings for the University of Ottawa. Some of them are newer buildings. Can't see it here, but the new light rail public transit station is going in just below those buildings, and it's going to be very cool when it's done. Is a neighborhood, of course, on the other side of the canal. Going across bridges. Again, the parade road just basically follows the canal down along through these neighborhoods here. As well as the boat. It's very cool. It's a nice one. It's probably going to cost like $1 bazillion, but there do need to be more crossings at certain points, especially here along 5th. There's a cafe over there, a canal Ritz that I've heard mixed things about, but I'd love to try it. But again, you can see the parks. You can start to see the peak of the Aberdeen Pavilion at Lansdowne. Lansdowne Park is a big area where the football / soccer stadium is. You can kind of see its bird nest design coming into view there. The South Stands Condo Tower there. There's also a ton of restaurants, movie theater, VIP movie theater, if you want the fancy experience. That it all is just sitting here on the banks of the Rio Canal. With kids. You know, there you can see Lansdowne. Look at them. Very cool. Great to go see soon. Watch the Ottawa Fury. Beautiful lilacs all lining up and down here. Just so I don't think we're seeing tulips, but doing tulips, which is a very cool year. There's a lot of history. That tulip festival. When talking about the tulips coming from Holland, as sort of a whole part of Canadians playing a major role in the Second World War and everything like that, liberating Holland. So it's a good time of year here. Like I said, that just ended a week ago. Yes, probably tulips are all gone now. But when the tulips are up during that time of year, it's absolutely beautiful. Obviously, there, probably see him live there. So many volunteers. Something I might consider volunteering for, but man, I got up early this morning. I would have to be able to get up so early to volunteer. So maybe not. Not really one of those early Saturday kind of people. Going to Bronson Avenue now. Bronson is the main one of the main routes to the airport here in Ottawa. Got some onlookers on the bridge there, which is fantastic. Got a little bit of a traffic jam here. I'm not sure why, but okay. It's no problem. These still the breakdowns we had appear to be only early on. Haven't had a breakdown since around Rockcliffe, so but it very often, very frequently. Now he's kind of stars. Styles of go boating, canoeing in the back down. To the left to ours is the Arboretum, which is a park specifically maintained and planted with. Also, another one of my absolute favorite areas in Ottawa. It's just an awesome place. You can see one of the lookouts up there, just through the trees. But anywhere along the canal is pretty much gold. A little bit of a jam here, but you can see. Hopefully that'll give you a better view of more of the Arboretum. See a bridge over a slide split there in the canal. We're actually getting pretty close to the destination here for that reason. I would love it if there were other routes to do, maybe down the other parkway, down the Ottawa River, which we could have split off. At the Chateau Laurier, you can go to the right and then link up to the other parkway, which, in a way that I would mind. A little longer, similar distance, but it would go west, and you get to see a lot of park, a lot of good stuff. Still got map behind us. It's good. Sorry, I'm just kind of rambling here. Maybe I'll just try to stop talking for a minute, enjoy the sights. It's on the boat, Except I'll mention that that tower there, that's part of Carleton University, the other university here in Ottawa. That's coming up on the side here as well. And we got a set of locks here as we go uphill on the canal. That's a pretty nice boat. So all in here on the left is Carleton University. So a lot of the buildings, residences, things like that. A lot of my friends went to Carleton. A lot of friends went to Ottawa as well. The tower, good times been had in that tower. There's the Hartwell Locks. On the far side, you can see the old Lockmaster's home, still there, maintained and kept up. It's a pretty cool spot to go and hang out as well. There's a little park set up for the locks. You can cross over those locks. It's a great place to go and hang out. Walk over to it. Yeah, definitely traffic jam coming up here to Hogsback. We have to make a little jiggity jog to go cross over to our final destination, because this terminates basically at Hogsback. So you'll see that in a moment here. Cops coming down. Just gonna go help block. Just gonna check my stream here, but I'll leave it. It's getting toasty out here now. Definitely going to need to shed my my sweatshirt that I'm wearing under my jacket as soon as we stop. I think the plan for Dan and I, as soon as we pull into our destination, is that we will turn off the stream. Got some people rollerblading down the canal here. Good job. They're probably wondering what all the motorcycles are about. So there you can see some of the falls through the trees there at Hogsback Park. That's another one of my favorite spots to go and just relax, chill out, watch the water. There's a lot of stuff like that here. I mean, we haven't even touched Gatineau Park. So another set of locks along the canal. Again, go. Going left. So we're gonna just go in here. Right. This is an absolutely beautiful day. The sun's out, but it's cooled down a lot the past couple days. It's been 30 degrees, 30 degrees Celsius, 2 days. Hotter with humidity. It's nice and cool. Cooled down a lot last night. There's a nice breeze. At the same time, yesterday was kind of rainy, but today is just perfect. Couldn't ask for better. People out Mooney's Bay, which is another sort of lake part of the lock and river system here. Canal, river system. You see a lot of people there. There's Mooney's Bay here. There's Hope Beach just down there, where they hold a volleyball tournament every year. As part of a charity fundraiser as well. Hope Beach Volleyball. That's always an awesome time. We're right over top of the falls here. Can't really see them much, but trying to get a look at those falls. You can see water bouncing down around here. It's awesome. So, again, this is the Motorcycle Ride for Dad. The purpose is to raise money and awareness for prostate cancer research. For me, this is really primarily about the awareness. The awareness is so important. It's absolutely critical, literally life and death, that men starting at age 40 get checked regularly and screened for prostate cancer. The stats are 1 in 7 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. That's massive. That is a huge amount of men. And the nice part is prostate cancer is very treatable when detected early. It's, one of the easy. So please, anybody, if anybody's watching or listening to this, please, I implore you to talk to the men in your life about getting screened for prostate cancer. Like I say, starting at age 40, it becomes absolutely critical. It certainly can strike men younger. It is not simply a middle-aged and older men disease. It can strike anyone at any age. But statistically speaking, it is men in their 50s are the highest. 50 and older are the highest risk category. And so starting at age 40 is the real critical piece to get it done and to make sure that you're going to be there. Just while we're sitting at this red light, I'm going to double check. Appears as though I'm still streaming, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. On my bike here, I am using Quad Lock. My phone there. Portrait or whatever, it's super secure. Doesn't go anywhere. So I'm really quad. Mount for headlights, for car, for your arm, for a belt clip, or instead. There's a cool way to sit on the bike. I want it. This is where we're going to get to see some serious pipeline up here. I left my shield open because it's starting to get pretty toasty, so hopefully the mic's not picking up too much wind. Got some joggers supporting. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming out. Encouraging people to just keep going. Don't stop here. But this is where you're going to start seeing the cliques start to form. Sport bike guys are going to cluster. Harley guys are going to cluster. But Dang, look at all these bikes though. Good lord. Gonna let these Gixxer bros in here. I think our volunteers are gonna try and loop us all around here. Look at the bikes. There's a bunch of setups over there. We'll go check that out after. Savage S40, cool little cruiser. Yeah, you got a bunch of these wings that are just going to park along the side here. An old CV750, it's a gorgeous bike. I mean, I don't care where I park, right? Like, that doesn't matter to me. That's not what this is about. I don't care about fronting out here. You know, it's people going into the parking structure, I guess. I mean, there's tons of places to park, so there's no excuse. I'm not sure why these guys can't stick in formation, but you know, Gixxer bros be Gixxer bros. This is one of the reasons why group rides can get so sketchy. It's people who just can't stay in formation, stay in a row. It's not complicated, guys. It really isn't. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to get too upset about it, because that's not what we're here for today. We're here today for a ride for Dad. Sorry, didn't mean to put my hand in front of the camera. Had to scratch my nose. It's going to be loud in here. Yeah, this guy really needs to make up his mind which line he's in here. It's very annoying. Terrible riders. You're a terrible rider. You're actually one of the worst riders I've ever seen in my life. So loud in here, I have no idea if anybody can hear me anymore, if the mic's just getting blown out, but this guy on the Gixxer is seriously one of the worst riders I think I have ever seen in my life. I'm not going to claim to be an amazing rider or anything, but squidding it to start with. A little, not too bad, but a little. There's a hard. Okay, Dan's trying to pull in here beside me. We lost Matt somewhere.
I think he just got stopped coming out of the...
Yeah, that's okay. We'll find him.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was a nice little ride. Yeah, despite all the Harley breakdowns along the way, you know. Okay, and we have been streaming for not entirely sure how long we've been streaming for, but I think that's where we're going to call it a stream, guys. So here's my setup. I've got the webcaster. Hour and 26 minutes I've been streaming. So there's my webcaster. Got the mic, got the GoPro in, got this big battery which hasn't even dropped a bar. So this battery is running my GoPro. It is also running the webcaster, and it has not dropped a single bar in an hour and a half. So take from that what you will, but think from there, I don't know that anybody's actually watching my stream